Alrighty then, it is not the 17th, it's actually the 19th. But hello everybody, welcome to another Skip stream. It's your boss Colin SkipperWing Bird coming to you live with another Skip stream. If I sound tired, it's because I just spent half an hour rebooting my computer and then panicking when it seemed like I'd lost my stream profile, which would have been really, really, really awkward. So yeah. Also add to that, I'm a half hour late because of reasons. So, gonna go boot up all the things and then get this party started. Alright. And Skipstream is booted. The Discord. Also, if you're in the co-host crew, you know what that means. You are welcome to join the stream. I'm gonna go panic my butt off. Oh hey, there goes me bot telling everybody I'm not live. And I have a secret command. Nobody can hear me. Everybody can hear me. That's good. This will be very awkward otherwise. Alright, let's go to Twitter. Also, apparently Fry Guy's live now, too. Good to know. That was a headache I did not need. I heard my computer crash and then have everything go wonky. Also, apparently the internet appears to not be working, so that's good too. Oh joy, my internet appears to not be working. Could tonight be any better? Knock on wood. Okay, cool. So apparently I'm still streaming. It's just everything's just not working, which is great. That's good to know. Well, no, if nothing was working, then I wouldn't be able to hear I guess I wouldn't be able to hear any music, but whatever. Today's just gonna be one of those days. We're just gonna power through. Oh, hey, now everything's working. Alright, sure. Of course, that's the one that's not open. It's always too far to find in all my mentions. Today's gonna be one night. Tonight's gonna be one of those nights, which is great. Oh hey, it's right there. That's good. It's almost never right there. Copy that. Should really just play a game tonight. That'd be way less stressful. that. I really need a new pole because this is really awkward. Alright, tumbler first. No, I don't want a text post. I just want to make a photo post. I just want to get started with my stream. That's all I want. That's all I really want. Schedule that. Jeez, by the time I get started, I'm not going to be done until 11, which sucks. I have to wake up tomorrow. Oh, thanks, MeBot. Moo the Troller writes greetings and salutations. Hey Moo, welcome to the Skip stream. How are you doing tonight? Tonight has been the night of everything that could possibly go wrong is going wrong. Share on a page. Manages timeline. Yep. Almost done telling people about this thing that we like to call the Skip stream. That sounds like you're not doing too hot. That sucks. Alright, what's the song that I want to do? Or that I want to start the stream with? Alright, enough of this. Let's go to the next song. Alright. Oh, let's put my face on, because that's kind of important. Hello, everybody. Oof. Welcome to the Skip stream. Tonight's been wonky. So, we're not actually going to work on this first. We're actually going to work on something else first. My daily doodle of sorts. I swear if my computer crashes again, I'm going to punch something. Okay, that was weird and dumb. Why say the day of weirdness and dumbness? Not feeling this pose. Muma writes, I lost the pen for my Wacom Bamboo, resulting in me having to blow $30 to getting a new one, and I've been seeing so much good artwork done, but I'm kind of jealous of that. Forgive me for saying, but I've been going through a lot today. Yeah, that pen thing is not cool. That sucks, dude. As for the awesome art thing, that's gonna be pretty much the rest of your art life, unfortunately. Like, you're always gonna find somebody better than you. Either that or somebody who inspires you, but also makes you jealous at the exact same time. You'd be surprised how often that happens to me. You don't really ever get over it either. You just have to kind of take solace in what you're good at and work to improve until you can get to a point where you're at the same level as the people that you enjoy. But oh my god, buddy, no, you're staying in here, and if you poop, I'm going to have you skinned. My cat just locked himself in accidentally, and I'm just not in the mood to deal with him being himself right now. Like, the best thing you can do is just focus on yourself, and whenever you're feeling, like, when you're feeling the comparison urge come on. God, I am loving Adobe Animate for sketching. Which is weird because I used to never say that, but I do right now. Also, don't ask why Black Panther has, like, super thighs. He just does. Although I should probably save this before I lose it again. I just don't care right now because I just want to get something on the page and then I will save. I will be very careful and I will save. But for right now, I just want to get stuff on the page because I'm just not having it today in terms of what kind of day the last hour has been. Alright, so what's going on with you? Well, for me, as per usual, today was a busy day in terms of getting things done. But it was a giant pain in the butt because, what was it happened? Well, pretty much the last hour just kind of put a complete 180 on everything. Mostly because my computer crashed. And then when my computer crashed, I spent an hour trying to, not hour, I spent like basically the 10 minutes I was supposed to already start streaming, trying to get my my stuff back. And it turned out that the overlay I have wasn't saved to where I thought it was saved. It was saved, but it wasn't where I thought it was saved. So for a hot minute I thought I'd lost all my my overlays, and I'm gonna have to remake them from scratch more or less. But other than that, today's been alright. It hasn't been really much better or worse than any other day. Still behind on keeping up with my buffer, but at least I have a buffer. Haven't really made any progress on learning how to do my comic outside of... Oh, that's a beautiful pose, but the head's too big. I always draw my heads way too big. Why is that always the next song? I hate that song. I need to take that song out of the queue. Let's see how that looks. That's much better. That is so much better. Alright, let's save this because I'm going to throw a stuffing fit if I don't get the save properly. Max. Hello.
Good day.
Hey, Drastic. Welcome to the Skip stream. How are you doing tonight?
I'm tired.
You and me both. Or rather, I wouldn't have been tired if I hadn't had this one weird issue. Like my computer crashed right before stream, which is better than it crashing during stream. But that was still not fun.
Crashes are never fun.
Yeah. So what was even more fun was that when I rebooted Streamlabs OBS, they're like, "Oh, by the way, we lost track of where we put all your overlays." And then it's like, "You what?" And it's like, "Nope, just kidding. We just loaded the wrong profile." And I'm like, "That's better, but that's still different kinds of annoying."
Like, don't play with my emotions.
Pretty much. So that could have sucked way more than it did, but it still sucked. Especially since part of my life is learning that, learning that just because it sucked and it could have sucked more doesn't stop it from sucking. And 2 seconds, I gotta let my cat out because he accidentally locked himself in my room. But
that's what I always feel like. Could be worse is the most unhelpful sentence I've ever heard in my life.
I feel like it's one of those sort of like kid-isms that you shouldn't really take into adulthood.
There's so many adults I know say that, like, "Oh man, I got hit by a car." Oh, could be worse. Like, you're not really saying anything.
Not only that, but it's like once you hit adulthood, the could be worses are like on the level of no. This is worth being upset about. Like when you're a kid, it's like it could be worse is basically because you're a kid. What do you know? Like you losing your save file is not as bad as somebody stealing your credit card and running off with all your savings and then the bank blames you. It's like no, it doesn't get much worse than that. Don't try and tell me that it could be worse.
I think some people are a bit crybaby-ish with their problems, but like that's not helpful for
everybody else.
It's not helpful to be like, "Oh well, that's not that bad." So I have a friend that with the AIW with it, she complains about these little asinine things like just every day, and instead of just kind of telling like you're being immature, you need to stop. Like in her head, they're terrible things that are harming her life. So I just choose not to say anything. That old, if you can't say anything helpful, then just keep it to yourself edge.
Pretty much. But I don't know. I feel like there's like a, and I'm not even, this is off moving away from like complaining things. But there's I feel like there's a few sayings that we tell children because they're applicable when you're a child. But then when you're an adult, it's like, no, the context has changed. These are very much applicable now. Like one of the ones I've kind of realized recently is like the idea of labels. Like I'm usually, like I find that like the people who say, oh, I don't believe in labels, you either have the luxury of not having to believe in labels, or you fall into a label category, but you don't realize it because you're so busy trying to pretend that you don't fit into any particular category. Like one of the things like I've come to learn is that like labels are like turn signals. They're not for me. They're for everybody else around me to figure out how to deal with me. It's like, oh yeah, I'm not actually like, because like in an ideal world I wouldn't be a liberal. Sorry everybody, I'm a liberal. Like I would kind of turn myself moderate. But here's the problem. I'm following politics enough to know that my views don't fall under moderate anymore. Because moderate basically means, oh, so the halfway point between gay people shouldn't exist and gay people should have all the rights is gay people can't get married. I'm like, no, that's not the halfway point. Oh, so then you're a liberal then. Okay, fine. As opposed to, I don't believe in labels. All lives matter. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no. So, I don't know. I feel like it's not that bad. Or it could be worse. It's one of those, no, you let me freaking deal with this how I feel like dealing with it. Don't.
I feel like labels are an easy shorthand for people to digest their world. Like I don't. That's like I'm not into labels. It's not the typical like I'm not into labels statement of people who just don't want to own the label. As long as I have a label for the digestion of other people, who may not understand me outside of okay, well you're an A, okay, well you're a B, okay, well you're a C. Like. There are those silly social labels in there. Just you're a black guy. That's not a label. It's just what I am.
Mm-hmm. So it's weird, but crud. Okay, cool. I was just like, I saved this. Don't you freaking crash on me right now, because I cannot deal with that. If it crashes again, we're just gonna play Bayonetta the rest of the night. Oh, Bayonetta's on Switch now. Jurassic?
Yeah, I have a sincere dislike of that game.
Oh, right. But, yeah, it's funny because for me, like, I remember when the Sony PSP and the Sony Vita were announced, I'm like, oh, so Devil May Cry is going to be on the Vita, yeah? And that never happened. And, like God of War never really scratched that itch for me. If you know what I mean. Like, sometimes I don't need a specific game in the genre. I just need a representative of that genre. And so...
The foamy mouth slashy hacker?
Pretty much. Or the, look at me, I'm so pretty, like, hacking and slash game. It's like, I did a John Woo combo. And I'm like, good for you. But I don't know. There's something about those that I've always wanted to be good at those games. Even if though like I don't have the dexterity or the reaction time or the spatial awareness within a screen, because there's usually some dude who's like right off to the side, who I'm like right as I'm getting going hits me and I'm like, oh you butt muncher. It's like, oh I was getting not hit at all by anything, and then you popped along. Now I have to restart the chapter from scratch, and for some reason, I don't know, I like playing those kinds of games. But,
Those games are the opposite of my favorite types of games.
well, no, I mean, like, favorite types of platformers, but, like, I just like playing them. And so, like...
Yeah.
And so, there's a weird, like, sometimes if I know that the genre is so underserved, like, there's only, like, two or three games in that genre, then I'll take a substitute game. So, for me, like, I was like, oh, yeah, the Vita's coming out, and they're gonna put a Devil May Cry on the PSP and on the Vita, because why would you not put a Devil May Cry game on the PSP or the Vita? I mean, like, if technical constraints aren't a thing, which apparently I guess they were, or they just didn't see that they would make enough money, or whatever reason, they didn't do it, and I was like, you know what? Fine, I'll just be salty elsewhere. And then, and basically, like, the Switch has basically been my go-to for, oh man, I hope a certain genre gets a port to the Switch, no matter, like, how, like, wild that is. Like, it's like, oh hey, yeah, that's not likely, but you keep dreaming, buddy. Because you know me and my sort of, I don't usually play for hypotheticals, like, oh man, wouldn't it be cool if they did this? I'm like, I guess, but I also play with the whole idea of how likely is it that the thing is gonna happen. And so, but like that's video games have kind of always been one of my few like I'll indulge in hyperbole, because why not? And I just realized I have no idea what Luke Cage wears in terms of his pants.
Just black pants.
Yeah, because like, he just kind of wears all black and and shoes.
Sweet Christmas.
Like not even like the comic version, just like the regular version. Well, actually, not even the MCU version. Like, I don't even know what the comic version wears.
It's a yellow shirt, jeans, and a chain.
Yep.
I don't know. I've never read a Luke Cage comic. That was his look.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I know, like, in the show, he wears a hoodie that has a yellow. Sorry, excuse me. Coulter.
What he was wearing in the scene where he escaped, that was pretty much his comic iteration.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I'm just
the yellow shirt and the tiara and the chain is a Sweet Christmas.
Well, yeah.
Ridiculous.
Well, yeah, but it's one of those things where it's like the top half is very well known, the bottom half not so much. Like, everybody knows that he's got some sort of yellow top.
Everybody knows.
But in terms of like pants, I'm like, what does he wear? And it's like, that's never important. Well, I'm drawing a full body picture of him. It's kind of important now. So I'm on Google image search and I'm bringing up some stuff from the scene from the show. So this is from season 2. Spoilers for Defenders. Misty Knight loses an arm. I don't know why she had to lose an arm, but she lost an arm. And then this is from...
There's really no reason for me to watch it now.
You know how people are with spoilers, though. And then, this was him on Jessica Jones.
Half of my friends are with spoilers.
But, yeah, people are ridiculous with spoilers. So, I was just like, hey, yeah, so just an FYI, Misty loses an arm. Not that honestly, if you knew that, or if you didn't know that and you cared, you're kind of lying about being into Defenders. Because, I don't know, I didn't hear the greatest of things about Defenders.
Well, I think I still want to watch them eventually. I was only happy to see it. I felt like half of the shows at least to me, were good. Like I enjoyed everything about Daredevil until Elektra showed up, and everything about Luke Cage until Diamondback showed up. I feel like Jessica Jones and Iron Fist were kind of. One was lame and one was a royal crap show.
Yeah, I think it's weird. I think that they kind of once the luster of Daredevil kind of wore off, it was sort of a deadline to sort of get everything together. I don't think they really stuck the landing. All right.
It was really weird when, like, Daredevil and Luke Cage, like, and it felt like very near the end, things just got really Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah.
Daredevil was just like, it felt like they, like, why would you just abandon your, it made him look real shallow. Like, oh, X is back in town? Screw your friends. I was like, I am totally with Foggy. You are being a dick right now.
Oh, and now he's pretending to be dead, too.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how Defenders ends, is basically everybody thinks he's dead.
Oh, joy.
And they're supposed to do Born Again, which, I don't know. I could never get into the comic storyline Born Again.
Nah, definitely don't think I'll be getting into it now.
Well, to be fair, like, I have very eclectically weird tastes, so you might like it.
No, I mean, like, I know everything that's apparently of importance in the Defenders now, so there's really no point watching it for me anymore.
I mean, they say Sigourney Weaver's good in it, and, like, everybody who the main plot is not actually about is really good. But it kind of reminds you that Iron Fist and the ninja part of Daredevil were not very good. Which kind of sucks because that's what the plot is hinged around. It's like, oh, by the way, remember that part of Daredevil that part of Daredevil in that one show you really didn't like? Well, that's what our crossover's about. Also, they did this sort of like Marvel Cinematic Universe thing of this will change things forever. And then the next series, oh yeah, no, we resolved that off screen. It's like how Luke Cage goes back to jail for escaping from jail, and then in Defenders, it turns out Claire got Foggy on his case, and so he's free. So.
Well, that's. Yes, it is what that is.
I love how that's turning into our catchphrase. It is what it is basically our way of saying, I have no idea how to respond to that, but...
No, I have ideas of how to respond. Just, I don't care anymore. Do me a favor and don't spoil Punish for me. I really kind of want to see that one.
Haven't seen it. I don't know. It's one of those ones where I can't... It
has to be praised. It won't be spoiled.
But I don't know. I can't really sort of get into... Like, this is where, like, where my sort of bleeding heart politics kind of comes into play. Like, where we are as a country right now, I'm like, I can't really get into Punisher. And I don't blame anybody for getting into Punisher. Like that, like, you like what you like. I can't, well, I mean, if I judge, then that's not really, like, that's my issue to deal with, not the person who enjoys Punishers. But, I don't know, I just, like, I don't know, I just can't get into Punisher, and I don't know why I just hatched that entire thing, because this is not supposed to be the inking layer. But, like, the whole I'm basically a mass murderer. It's just that my targets are the bad guys. I can't get behind that. Even if they acknowledge in every episode, what you're doing is wrong, but we're gonna keep giving you guns. So I don't know. That's just me, but like, I don't know. I can stop talking about that if that's like not like if that's like kind of harsh in your buzz or something. I don't know. You know what I mean though, like if that's like not cool, it's like, hey dude, don't drown this out for me. So I don't know. It like occurred to me halfway through that spiel, why does he want to hear this? So
I'll tell you consolation, I didn't hear much of it. The Discord started winging out.
Oh joy, tonight's just gonna be one of those nights, isn't it? But yeah, basic gist of that is that I'm just not a Punisher fan.
I'm not really a fan either. I just heard it was good.
Yeah. It's one of those weird things where it's like, it hits a little too close. Not so much like close to home in that like victim of gun violence or anything like that. It's just like, in terms of like everything that's happening right now, I'm just like, I can't deal with a thing where the main guy's superpower is guns. Like I know like there's there's also the action movie complex, which kind of makes that kind of run hollow and all that jazz, but even the action movie complex thing is kind of like worn thin for me. It's like, why is it okay when Punisher does it? But so, I mean, why is it not okay when Punisher does it, but it's okay when Liam Neeson does it? And to which my response is, well, for me personally, it's not okay when Liam Neeson does it. It's harmless entertainment, but I said I was not going to talk about this. I'm going to stop talking about this. Crap.
I feel like more people should be able to make that distinction between an interesting character and someone you should base your belief system around, or even have your belief system be influenced by.
Also, Dandy actually has been hanging out in the chat, and I have just not been there right now because like my brain is just kind of focused on stuff. Dandy writes, "Hey Skip, did you see Black Panther? And more importantly, did you love it?" I did see it. The only reason we're not talking about it is because it's one of those few films where I do like, just like with Star Wars, I think you should go see it for yourself before we start spoiling the crap out of it. I know Drastic, you've seen it twice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did very much love it. In fact, let me go to Instagram and show you guys the things I made for Black Panther. Dandy messaged me. Dandy writes, is what I'm saying, no, it is going through, Dandy. I just had my head in the dirt because because having my stuff poop out on me was not bueno. Sorry about that. So, yes, I did see Black Panther. I made the fan arts. I think you liked the fan arts that I did of Black Panther. So let me bring that down really quickly. Although, actually, what I'm drawing right now is based off of an observation that I've noticed about oh wow, and that's tiny. That's super tiny. That's really dumb and tiny. Let me bring it up. Current sketch. Oof. But yeah, like, I was not amused with what happened with my computer, so I've been kind of tunnel visioned. And you're gonna load, and you're not gonna explode on me because that would be very awkward. So, yep, Black Panther and Killmonger. So, yeah. So, actually, tonight's illustration, which wasn't supposed to be a big deal, is actually based off of something that I've noticed that they've made very clear about the black heroes in the Marvel movies, and rather Marvel in general, that they're very, very bulletproof, and they're making a very big point about them being bulletproof. Like, did you guys notice that too? Like in both ends.
You can extend that to most heroes if it's not part of their ability. It's just like their gear. He's wearing vibranium. I don't really.
Well, no, but I'm saying like there's a specific scene, like there's specific shots and scenes dedicated to, look, this guy can withstand bullets. Like Luke Cage, like every 5 seconds he's puffing his chest out to get shot by some dude. And then
it definitely felt that way with Luke Cage. I don't know about Black Panther necessarily.
And then like in Civil War with Black Panther, when he's getting hit by the helicopter bullets, and it's like he just turns around like, "What are you doing? I'm bulletproof, fools! Don't you know that? I'm Black Panther. I'm wearing vibranium. You don't even remember what that is, but I'm wearing it, and I am bulletproof."
My bulletproof pajamas.
And then our first Overwatch.
Yeah.
Apparently Fry's is addicted to it now. And so like, and in the first scene where we get to see T'Challa as the Black Panther, like when he touches down in the jungle, and I'm not going to spoil anything about beyond that, but like again, there's a few shots where he is getting shot at, and he just kind of just stands there like, "I am bulletproof. What are you doing?" And like with everything else going on in Black Panther and all the symbolism, I do actually think that that's intentional. Like normally it'd be like, yeah, like you said, drastic. It's like, oh hey, this guy's got a superhuman ability to resist bullets and whatever. Like we're just showing off the vibranium suit. But like I feel like in this movie in particular, it's basically saying, yes, he's bulletproof. Yes, we've been watching the news. Yes, we wanted to say something that would go over Lonnie Don's head. And all the other people who aren't going to like this movie. But if you're one of those people who likes to look into things way too hard,
you see black helicopters.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Dandy writes, "I've never watched Luke Cage, so I can't speak to that. The first half of the Mahershala Ali half is good."
I feel like with Luke Cage, that was definitely purposefully done. Like they pretty much not directly alluded to it, but I believe that was like 100% intentional.
Yeah, no, I agree there.
I feel like with Black Panther, I got almost like the first time somebody tried to shoot Iron Man type of vibe, like ding, 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 Iron Pajamas guy. Like ding, 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 vibranium pajamas, buddy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But like then like all the other things that's been popping up over social media, like, oh, by the way, did you catch that detail about the costumes? Or did you catch that detail about like Killmonger being representative of African Americans and blah blah blah? And so I can't help but feel that that like Black Panther being very much bulletproof, thank you very much, is also intentional.
That was with many things. You could be seeing things. It could be completely intentional.
Yeah.
Until somebody who makes these type of decisions clues us in, we're not gonna know.
That's fair.
It feels that way to you, and it doesn't feel that way to me. Like we don't. Like either one of us could be right.
Like Ryan Coogler was doing the anatomy of a scene, and he was talking about how, in the scene, Okoye was wearing red. T'Challa was wearing black, and Nakia was wearing green, and those are the colors of the Pan-African flag. And I'm like, huh, learned something new.
I thought it was really interesting that for Nakia's scene, they shot in blue screen because her outfit wouldn't be devoured by the green screen, so they shot the scenes with her in blue screen.
Yeah, that's funny.
I think that's really interesting.
Overwatch?
Yeah, I was just melting a Reaper with a microwave gun.
So also apparently Fry Guy is getting into Overwatch.
It's more fun than it has any right to be. Like I would never have thought I'd be playing a game like this as long as I have.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Dandy writes, was he not bulletproof in the comics? Oh yeah, both of them were very bulletproof in the comics. And it's an explicit point with comparison between Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, that while he is bulletproof, she is not. And I keep forgetting I need to get this song off of the playlist too. But the reason why it feels very topical is because, you know, the hoodie, the Trayvon Martin thing, everybody getting shot by bullets, getting killed by cops, police brutality, all that jazz. So it feels like they're very explicit about, at least, again, like, as Jastic has pointed out, it's reading to me like they're being very explicit about black dudes being explicitly bulletproof in these movies, in Marvel's comics and media. And this is not actually normally how I ink these things. I don't usually reverse engineer from my pencils because I don't really like doing that. But that face turned out so good. So we're reverse engineering from my pencils, which again, don't recommend. Don't do that. And actually, this is really one of those things you can only really do in a program like Animate, or a vector program where your inks can be your pencils if you want them to be. Whimsy writes, hey Whimsy, welcome to the Skip Stream. How are you doing tonight? Also, happy birthday, Whimsy. Apparently, according to Facebook and your Facebook posts on the Facebooks.
Yep. Happy birthday, February babies.
Also, it's my boss's birthday according to Facebook too. So that's very fascinating to me. I wonder if he knows that Facebook is saying that it's telling people that it's his birthday. Also, happy belated birthday to you too, Drastic. I forgot to mention that on your actual birthday.
Oh yeah, February babies. I'd wish Steve and Stephanie happy birthday too. They're all born in the teens of February.
Oh, nice. See, it's funny because I remember trying to mess with my students and trying to get them to figure out when they were conceived. Because that's always a fun one too. It's like, oh, so you're a February baby? So when were you conceived is a question. Like 9 months back. And
why is that something to think about? Why is that something to talk about?
I don't know. That always fascinates me. Like,
how uncomfortable people get when you ask that.
Well, like, I know that I was I was conceived sometime around New Year's. So for all I know, my parents had New Year's coitus, and that's how Skip was conceived. Like, I don't know, that's just it's not
okay.
Like the details of that, I don't want to go into that. Like, I mean, like, I don't want to go into the details, but it's still a thing to, it's still a thing that I get curious about. But whatever. Sidebar, Whimsy loved Black Panther 2. If I could guarantee that nobody would show up who hadn't seen it, I would totally love to talk spoilers.
Weren't y'all tripping when the Ninja Turtle showed up? That was crazy. I never thought I'd see that.
Me neither. Although, it's funny because to me, I was just, after our, actually, if you guys want to talk Black Panther, there is now a spoiler chat section of the Discord. Dandy writes, oh my god, are we talking about our conception? Whimsy writes, if so, why? And, I don't know, I just went on that topic.
That's kind of what I was saying. that one took me for a loop a little bit. Like, why are we talking about that?
Because Skip is weird. So anyway, if you guys want to talk Black Panther spoilers, here, you can go here in the Discord. So here's the spoiler chat Discord. And we've actually have a few conversations about Black Panther going. So if you guys want to jump in on those, please feel free. I just can't guarantee that somebody popping into the skip stream for the first time isn't going to show up and, like, I haven't seen it and we're going full-born spoilers, and then suddenly, oh yeah, they talk about spoilers on that channel.
Way on it,
Overwatch? Alright, where do I put the lighting on?
Put my spray on someone I just moited.
You put your what on who?
The game's got sprays for whatever reason. It's like I blasted somebody and I put a spray next to their corpse.
You're gonna have to go into detail about this.
They're like, you paint the floor with the logo or one of those little pictures from the game.
Why didn't they call it graffiti?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm spraying. I'm not carrying a spray can. I'm carrying 2 shotguns.
I don't know, because, like, spray is just not one of the word I would use. But that's just me personally.
That word a bugaboo for you? Oh, dear.
It's like, yeah, I put my spray everywhere. And they all loved it.
Just one of those weird gaming terminology things. I think I first heard it when I was playing Gary's Mod. He's like, whose spray is this? I'm like, whose what is what now? It's like, oh, you press a button and you put down the PNG. Oh.
Meanwhile, Dandy writes, I'm not really interested in talking spoilers. I just confirmed that my friends loved it. It's why I'm doing art of it. Well, also, it's really popular right now.
I've been somewhat embattled on the topic, to be honest.
What about Black Panther?
I'm like you. Just I know you click faced on it, so I know you saw the.
Yeah,
my recent book face post about people just playing the movie to the left as hard as they can. It's like, why can't we enjoy things?
Well, it's a sort of weird thing of we want intellect, we want purity in everything in the world, and it's like that's not possible. There's always going to be a downside to everything, and you need to like let people enjoy what they've got.
It's not what it is. Like, people are coming at it from the black activism point, and they're like, oh well, I hope y'all gonna go out and do stuff. Y'all act like a movie is gonna save our people. Like, that's no one saying that. Straw man arguments aplenty. No one is saying that Black Panther alone is going to solve all the problems our communities face.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, we appreciate representation because it is important.
Mm-hmm. If it wasn't important, we wouldn't need it.
If we saw ourselves differently, we would have less of these problems. We wouldn't solve all the problems, but we'd be suffering less problems when it came to self-image.
And not only that, but you never know who you're inspiring by making this stuff. Like some kid, like we all ask ourselves, like depending on where your fandom is, we either ask ourselves, what would Optimus Prime do, what would Captain America do, or what would Jesus do, depending on your fandom.
Is that what we do?
Those are things. Those might not be things that you do, but there are things that people do.
You say it sounds bizarre to me. That's why I don't have a fandom.
But imagine some kid walking into a situation and they think, what would Shuri do? Like, oh, I didn't think this problem was solvable, but like I remember Black Panther, and like they just had the tech. They knew it could be done. So why can't I do it? Like, some people find inspiration like that.
The thing that I'm very much appreciative of as I jump into battle and die, I'm already seeing kids looking at the movie posters and looking at all this stuff like, oh, this one's me. Oh, that's me. Like, oh, I'm a king. And like, we don't really get to do that too often when it comes to fictional media.
Yep.
You get to be slaves or we get to be thugs.
Or the sidekick.
Inmates.
The sidekick who is so good at the movie that the movie should be about us, but if the movie was about us, there would be no movie because we know not to get into that stuff.
And the crazy thing is, like, sometimes we'll just be rejoicing at getting to be the sidekick. We're just like, oh man, I'm so glad that the War Machine is a part of this movie.
That was me as a kid. I didn't care that the Black Ranger was played by a black dude. I was just happy to see a black dude who was the main character and got the superpowers instead of standing on the sideline saying, "Next time, baby."
Poor Terrence Howard. I say that facetious as hell.
But I mean, like, that's how it was for me to see the Black Power Ranger and be like, yes, Hip Hop Keto was dumb. Not gonna lie. But the fact that he was the cool dude who wasn't Urkel and wasn't the sidekick and didn't, like, have a completely contrived reason as to why he couldn't have powers, Tucker from Danny Phantom, that was cool for me. So yeah, no, like, that representation matters. And again, with the whole intellectual purity thing, or the moral purity or what have you, it's like, yes, it's not perfect. It's a movie that's made to sell tickets that just so happens to capitalize on a movement that we just need, that we really need right now. But guess what? We still really need the movement right now. We still need the movie. Don't make it harder for don't like
Let people enjoy things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we need, if this is a jumping off point, why would we undercut that? Like, why would you see any type, especially as a black person, why would you see black pride and attempt to throw water on it, or attempt to quell it the way I've seen entirely too many people, and people that I know? It's been the most disappointing thing. So people that know just ha, all y'all act like it's some kind of historic thing. Like, it kind of is. So you don't get to decide what's relevant.
Mm-hmm. Ultimately, you know what? Like, things are that bad. We need this. Things really are that bad. You don't get to wait for the next good moment because you never know if it's even coming. Like, yeah, we had the first black president. We could have had the first woman president, but that was not a done deal because everybody looked at it as an inevitability, and then when it didn't happen, they're like, I don't know why it didn't happen. I didn't have a problem with I didn't have anything to do with it. Yes, you did. So just like let's have this one. Cuz God knows when it's coming around again. And luckily it is actually coming around again on March 9th. Cuz Wrinkle in Time's coming out. I don't know. It feels like, I think part of it is just also that we feel like we live in a better world than we have. So we get to say, oh yeah, it's not that big of a, like, when bad stuff happens, and it's like we get to say, oh, it's not that big of a deal. It's like, yes, it really is that big of a deal. They're not coming for your guns, but they are coming for your benefits. And I'm just actually kind of wondering if I didn't lose you, did I?
No. Still here listening.
Like that whole idea of let's hold off on something better until we get something better. It's like mofo, my dude. It's not going to get much better than this for a very long time. And honestly, what we've got is pretty dang amazing. A black movie by a black director starring a black dude meant to appeal to black people. What more do you want?
It's part of the longest film narrative there's ever been. Like 45 damn movies.
Mm-hmm. With the implication that this is very important within that narrative. Yeah. Like, it's not like with Ant-Man or Doctor Strange where it's like, we promise, guys, it's important. the ending of Black Panther should conceivably change that world.
I've reported conversation with my oldest friend about the Black Panther movie. Like, it was something in a Facebook debate. I really wasn't trying to get into a debate. Like, he saw, like, the hype surrounding the movie, and he's like, oh, gee, wouldn't it be cool if people put the same energy into keeping money in the community as they did going to see a superhero movie? And, like, I kind of pulled him up on it. Like, the juxtaposition is really weird. He's saying people should not go see this movie or shouldn't be excited about it. And he's being just relentlessly snarky about the whole thing. Which honestly was a bit disappointing.
Well, because it's a sort of weird, like, I don't know, there's a sort of weird mentality in sort of consumer culture that there is a limited amount of, what the heck is that? Sorry, like
There's a lot of what the heck is that in the world?
No. This is different. Like the paintbrush actually splashed something that shouldn't have been splashed, and I was like, why did it splash?
I know these. I make a joke.
But like there's sort of this weird sort of, if I spend time, money, or attention here, then there's not enough time, money, attention to go around where I really want it, quote unquote, TM, copyright forever. Like, if I spend money on the PlayStation 4, then I will never have enough time or money for the Nintendo Switch. Like heck, even back in the 90s, you buy a Genesis, you can't have an N64 ever. Or not Genesis, but you know what I mean, like SNES.
Yeah.
And it's like, I get why your parents wouldn't want to buy you both. But for you college-age kids who remember the console wars, what was stopping you from buying both?
It was like the analogy I made. I told him, like, it's like you're telling a kid with cancer on Christmas morning, like, you're acting like that gift you got is going to cure your cancer. Like, why is that a thing you should even be saying?
Or the one that popped up this morning that I kind of that I reshared, which was like, hey, yo, we can love the Amazons from Wonder Woman and the Dora Milaje from Black Panther at the same time. And it's kind of important to love both of them.
Don't try to make me choose.
And like, we kind of need to love both of them at the same time, because guess what? There's just not enough of either. So Luke Cage is done. Or rather, Luke Cage is inked. So let's do Black Panther. This is actually taking longer than I wanted it to take, but my buffer's screwed anyway, so whatever. I wonder if they're ever going to give Black Panther the cape in the movies.
Seems like an odd design choice.
Oh, absolutely.
Probably not terribly necessary.
True, but they also gave Falcon wings and Thor his sleeveless comics outfit, so.
Well, I am under attack.
Noted. Stealth Freeze, help me out here. How should this nose look?
What now?
I really like how Brian Stealth Freeze draws Black Panther.
Does that name sound familiar?
You don't I don't think you like him.
I don't like a lot of people. Why don't I like this guy?
I don't remember off the top of my head. But he was at Baltimore Comic Con or AIW, I forget. But I really like how he draws Black Panther.
So. Oh, that was the dude from our school's little convention.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was a bit of a dick.
But anyway, I like how he draws Black Panther.
I liked how he told everyone basic color theory, and our buddy Chris acted like he was hearing something completely new. Well, I was starstruck.
To be fair, most of the people we know are not very great at color theory, so.
I think Chris is really good with that.
Oh, of course.
That's why it was so strange for me. They're like, oh my gosh, red is a warm color. Get out. That's amazing. but you already know that. I wanted to say to somebody like, you're probably one of the most talented artists I know. Why are you acting like this basic color theory is new information to you? It's because of who was saying it.
Yeah, that happens a lot. I'd be lying if I said I never went googly-eyed when some professional told me something that I, in theory, already knew, and I treated like some sort of revelation.
Something like color theory, though?
I wouldn't be surprised if something like that if I did do something like that. In fact, it's probably likely that I would just kind of shut up completely, no matter how much somebody tried to get me into the conversation.
This is weird for me to get stupid for a celebrity.
Well, I think what's different about like that sort of celebritydom is more along the lines of, it's one thing where it's like, oh hey, here's a celebrity who's not in your field, and you're like, okay, what exactly do we want me to do with this? And then there's somebody who's in your field, and you're like, well, here's a in theory learning opportunity. And I just got rid of the thing I wanted to use, so. Like, yeah, as cool as it was to meet Charles Martinet at AwesomeCon, I'm also not going to go to him for career advice or art critiques, because he's a voice actor.
Yeah.
I'm also not going to go to him for game design advice either, because, again, he's a voice actor. But if I met the dudes who worked on Mark of the Ninja, well, yeah, I probably am going to lose my damn mind, because I'm like, oh my god, how did you do that in Flash? I want to know. Tell me all the things.
What if he explained to you what a keyframe was?
Ooh, yeah, that would be dumb. Hello!
Hello.
Hey, Fry Guy. How you doing tonight? How's your stream? You're still streaming, aren't you?
I am.
Nice. What you working on?
My sculpt.
How's that going?
Good, I think. I hope.
I don't know, that's my disbelieving thing of, like, I'm pretty sure you're doing alright. But, like, you haven't touched ZBrush in forever. Or, like... Oh, that's cool.
This is my first time in ZBrush.
Meanwhile, Adobe Animate is making me fall even more in love with it than Flash CS6, which I didn't think was possible. Especially
Finally.
when they... Well, no, like, Fry has a point. Like, there wasn't really much point to not update, and sort of try and learn the program, but, like, the brush is finally at a point where I'm just like, yeah, no, this is great. I can use this to do a lot of tricks that I haven't been able to do before. Like the hatching on Luke Cage. I mean, you can't see right now, Fry, because, like, I've turned off that layer, but, like I started hatching his face, and, like, that unfortunately became the inks layer, because I'm like, I'm not gonna redo these inks. These came out too well. So I'm having a lot of fun inking in Adobe Animate. The trade-off though is that it's still going. It's kind of going slow because like the brush still doesn't quite do exactly what I want. But I am probably going to be using some of my tax return to update my Cintiq to Windows 10 and working.
Oh, why would you do that?
Because Windows 8.1 is not that great for Adobe Animate. So
I feel like Windows 10 is terrible for Cintiqs.
Oh, that's lame.
I mean, I have a lot of issues, and everything I've heard is it's because of Windows 10.
Oh, well, that's great. Well, that's annoying. Cause I was gonna update, but like Animate doesn't work too great on Windows 8. But
you might have better luck with it. I don't know.
Well, what are you trying to do with it? Windows 10.
Anything that requires a stylus.
That does not fill me with very much confidence. Since I'm going to be more likely to be using the stylus than you are. No offense.
What do you mean? I'm using one right now.
Ha ha ha. No, but because I know you like. Well, do you do other 2D stuff in addition to ZBrush or?
I basically use this thing for ZBrush.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in Photoshop, Animate, and no, not never ZBrush, but well, I can't say never ZBrush, but not likely to be ZBrush.
Man,
who's carnival nighting?
Me. Can you guys hear my music?
I'm not sure. I can't. But I've also got music going. I don't know about Drastic.
Just heard it.
It's so good.
It is.
It's circus music.
I should not have chosen to do braids for my first hair sculpting.
Yep. Okay, yeah, there I heard it too. Which is funny because I'm
nerd jams.
Well, my microphone's probably picking it up from my headphones. I should just get a Blue Yeti.
Yeah. They say it's good enough for what we want to do. Like if you want to do anything more in depth, you probably want to get something one of the better ones, which I don't know what they are. So, But I heard Blue Yetis.
I bought a headset mic combo just so I could hurry up and get into streaming, you know? So I should probably go ahead and get a Blue Yeti.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I can always upgrade in the future.
Oh, so random tidbit. Hey, Fry Guy, do you remember a guy named Soria at SCAD?
Soria.
Yeah, Asian dude used to hang out with our French buddy Stefan a lot.
Maybe.
So it was funny because like I saw his name in the credits of Black Panther, and then it made me think, I'm going to have to stay and pay attention to the credits of Infinity War, and that's going to annoy me. I'm gonna be in the theater. I'll have a headache because I didn't buy any soda, and I'll be specifically paying attention to the credits because if I don't, I'm never going to hear the end of it. That somebody I know is like, oh yeah, I was in Infinity War, and like, oh yeah, I didn't see that person's name in the credits. Nod, nod, wink, wink.
Yep. I'd probably give you shit.
Are you kidding me, bro?
Yes, Drastic. He is in Infinity. He worked on Infinity War. I know you're talking about Overwatch, but
Jubilation.
I spent all that time working on it. You better look for my name.
Just it says Fry Guy. Fry Guy the Great in the credits. Like, oh snap!
Well, that was one of the things I was using. Like, somebody asked me about the virtues of going to school, and I was like, I pointed out that I'm like, it's a regular occurrence for me to go into a theater, stand through the credits, and go, oh hey, I know that person. I went to school with that person. Nico the Great writes, hello. Hey Nico, welcome to the Skip Stream. How are you doing tonight? Please tell me you were part of the I Saw Black Panther and I Thought It Was Awesome club.
Everyone should be a part of that club.
Although that being said, spoilers, go in the Discord.
Drastic, are you part of that club?
I am.
Drastic's seen it twice.
Yes, I have. And I don't care about spoilers. I'm telling everybody how much the Ninja Turtle showed up and how awesome that was.
Also, Doombot KV, welcome to the Skip Stream. How are you doing tonight?
Wow, just got spoiled.
I certainly didn't expect the Ninja Turtles to show up.
Yeah, that was kind of
Apologize
weird.
for nothing.
I mean, I thought they could, but I didn't know they would.
And then, like, when they all got vibranium weapons, that was so tight.
I was like, what are they doing in Africa?
So how close do you think Wakanda is to Zamunda or Nambia?
Well, people are joking that people are joking that like Zamunda is like the neighboring country to Wakanda.
Hey, it's more likely Zamunda than Nambia. Hashtag political humor, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Hashtag why don't you know stuff?
Hashtag I'm lost.
So our esteemed president, right before he called a bunch of called the African countries that we were partnered with a bunch of shithole countries, those words exactly, in private speech, made up a fictional African country of Nambia.
Oh.
And everybody's like, Nambia's not real. Like, who do you expect to believe you?
I've been there.
In his defense, most of the things he says is not real. So it's on brand.
It's on brand bullcrap.
So yeah. So naturally half
to know things.
So naturally half the jokes were, so wait, where is Nambia? Is it next to Zamunda or Wakanda? Which apparently Ben Shapiro had a meltdown because apparently he thinks that we think Wakanda is real. And I'm just like, and I think somebody fake apologized to him. It's just like, we're sorry for misleading you about the existence of a fictional African country in a universe where, you know, people are wearing walking tanks. And thank you, autosave. And all of this jazz. So yeah, I know we promised not to put politics on the Skip Stream, but sometimes it's just that ridiculous.
Yeah.
Whose feelings are we trying to spare here by not talking about that?
Well, for me personally, according to Stephen Moffat, the kind of people who voted Brexit. That was his excuse for why it took him why he couldn't make the Doctor in Doctor Who a woman, despite having 2 opportunities to do so. And I feel like everybody's lost now, and I just kind of. So
yeah, I was with you.
So for those who don't know, Doctor Who is a show about an alien dude called the Doctor who can, whenever the lead actor decides that he's had enough of being Sherlock Holmes in space, the character regenerates into a new form. And despite the Doctor promising that, you know, he can look like anything, the Doctor usually tends to regenerate into a middle-aged white dude. So
He has no imagination.
pretty much. Well, apparently the process is supposed to be random. He just subconsciously always picks a middle-aged white dude. So the last few times this has happened, the lead writer, Stephen Moffat, has hinted that the Doctor could turn into a woman. Basically, An old friend from off screen was a woman at one point. The main bad guy turned into the big twist was that he had regenerated into a woman at one point. The doctor kills a dude on screen, and that person regenerates into a woman. But like Stephen Moffat, the head writer, had like at this point 2 opportunities to basically regenerate the Doctor, because when he first came on, he hired a dude who was basically too Sherlock to play Watson and Sherlock, so he hired him to play Space Sherlock. And then the second time, he was just like, "Oh yeah, no, I'll just this guy that I got is really good, and he'll be the Doctor." And to his credit, the guy was really good. But we're still kind of like, so you've hinted at this, when are you going to do it? And his reasoning for this was, well, you have to, like, Doctor Who isn't just for the progressive liberals, it's also for the kinds of people who voted Brexit. And Shit. We just kind of all groaned collectively, like, because the thing is that he'd done this after he left the he announced that he was leaving the show, and that after he'd filmed the regeneration. So basically, you didn't need to explain this and dig a further hole. Your hole was already wide enough.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. That's a thing. But also because, like, Twitch is Twitch, and trolls are trolls, and I don't feel like dealing with trolls. So, like, I don't have as much righteous anger as I had back in 2015 or 2016 or what have you. I'm just like, people are gonna be
not let me disagree with that.
Like, people are gonna be stupid, and you can't save them from it.
Nope.
So, if it's on my personal Facebook page where I'm like, hey, guess what? This wasn't up for debate, but if you're angling for a spanking, then yes, I will give it to you.
What the
whoa
heck?
Not that kind of spanking.
Couldn't control that one.
Okay, I guess there are different kinds.
The kind of spanking that your mother gave you when you knew that you'd done something wrong, and you knew you were kind of that, like, today might be your last day on Earth.
Yeah, I've gone a law nerd about that kind of thing. Like I don't edit my speech for people who don't want to hear the truth anymore. They're like dedicated to whatever hateful philosophy they're dedicated to. You disagree with me? That's fine. I'm not going to edit my speech for you.
Well, the other issue is that, like, when I
make my page safe for you.
Well, the other issue is that for me, whenever I tend to do that sort of thing, I tend to go on for several hours, and I have a lot of things to do. So, as much as I would love to verbally spar with everybody who pushes my buttons, I don't have time for that.
I don't know if I ever had time to verbally spar with just anyone I don't know personally.
Like
I've been not their whatever negative opinion that they grow from hearing what I have to say is okay, fine. Don't need to debate it. Don't need to edit my speech either.
Like I mean, I'm at a point where I'm just like, I'm not even gonna debate you. Just block. You're like, I don't know who let you onto my page, but block. Or alternately, if it's somebody I know personally, I'm like, yeah, block or delete the thing. But it's not so much that I don't have the energy for doing it anymore. It's just I don't have the time. And I'm not going to derail my stream just to go like, yeah, well, this is why, blah, 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 and then do the entire Google search and what have you.
So I think we need to address it. Just keep on streaming.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I don't like that you posted Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter. I don't have to engage that fool. Just keep on streaming. Like, whatever, buddy. That's how you feel, it's fine. Just mind your P's and Q's lest the band hammer come upon you for being ignorant.
Band hammer. You've been caught up in the band
hammer.
Band hammer.
I also don't want to deal with
Crossfire remix.
Dude, Anything that has 3 syllables, I end up singing that.
We had a friend who would always do that too. Like another friend who would do that. It's like, oh, by the way, this is also secretly song lyrics. I'm like, what?
My weird thing is kind of calling every sequel Electric Boogaloo. So I'm gonna say you're watching Ninja Turtles 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo is definitely my go-to for sequels as well. Or
it doesn't
Empire
fit.
Strikes Back.
I should save. Geez, it's almost 9 o'clock. I'm gonna spend all night working on this one. I mean, it's worth it, but dang.
Oh, that reminds me that I had finished working and I just needed to export it. Guess I should get back on that.
What happened to my music?
It got absorbed by my music.
What happened to my team?
They just suck.
That's everybody but me dead.
You have a knack for that.
Man, I was playing Overwatch last night. It was so much fun.
Yeah, I was trying to like lead a Drastic into that conversation, but his team kept dying.
It's the weirdest feeling in the world. It's like I think I'm pretty good at the game, but when I'm always the last person alive on the point, I keep wondering how this happens. I'm glad the enemy team didn't notice, so they didn't like just all bum rush me and take the point. I was on Hanamura hiding behind the bell, like please don't kind of kill me. The whole team is dead.
Where is my face?
On camera?
On your skull. Uh-oh.
I would say that was the weird, like, without being able to see your stream, that was like the weirdest question to ask.
You're a weird question to ask.
I am the weirdest question.
Mind the big angry gorilla.
I am the weirdest question to ask.
I am the one. Memes.
That'd be funny if, like,
remember the I Am the Wolfman short animation? Did we watch that? Or did I watch that undergrad?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You should look up I Am the Wolfman. It's either stop motion or it's a 3D short animated film.
Ooh. Just don't drop a link unless you want chatbot to be a dick.
I'm hanging out in Fry's chat room, hoping that the page will load sometime soon.
What you can also do is like load up multi-stream. The downside is that you have to put one of us on mute, which
Jesus.
I can put all you guys on mute if I'm talking to you.
Oh right, because you're in the Discords.
Silly.
Yeah. I are dead, and they are capping the point.
That is turning out really dang badass.
Alright, I've experienced this in Paladin all the time, and it's really been hurting me and my friend a lot.
Cheers, what?
Do you have games where everyone has a role and no one's playing any of those roles?
Oh, happens in this game. So, like, no one wants to play support. Nobody wants to heal. It's just the reason
that's the one thing you
playing so
do.
much Mercy.
Which is weird, because don't people complain about Mercy a lot?
People are stupid.
Like, everybody's like, Mercy is too overpowered.
Oh, they nerfed the bejesus out of her. It's not even funny. It's like Res takes half an hour now.
Like, it's weird for nobody want to play her, but yet she gets so much hate.
She gets hate. People just blame the loss on the Mercy. She's the easy target. Like, oh, we lost. Dang, Mercy, why didn't you heal me more when I jumped headlong into death?
Yeah, if I'm playing a healer, my role is if I'm at the point you're not in front of me, then you don't deserve healing.
Why don't people, especially when you have a Lucio on your team, like, why would you run away from me? I have this big yellow circle, like, you can see it. If you're outside of it, no heals. If you're inside of it, heals aplenty.
Because people are people, and people it's dumb.
What'd you say is turning out badass, Skip?
This Black Panther doodle that I'm doing. A Black Panther Luke Cage crossover.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
It still looks
Yeah, 'cause-
pretty dope from my perspective.
Well, it looks better with the blue lines turned off. But, yeah, I was telling Drastic that I noticed, okay, cat, I'm going to wrestle you with my hand if you don't stop. My cat's telling me it's time for a break.
need some help here.
Apparently, my cat's also telling Drastic that his team sucks. But it's funny because I dread the day that one of your teammates comes up to my cat. I'm going to wrestle you with one arm, and you're going to remember how much you hate wrestling with me. He's trying to play with me because I'm ignoring him.
Snap.
So wait, what happened to you? Wait, what happened, Fry? Because Doombot's laughing something fierce, and that usually doesn't happen if something didn't happen.
I was laughing at you and your cat.
Yeah, well, he is a very big sweetheart in that he will try and get my attention when he thinks I'm super stressed or just sitting in my chair for too long. But I really want to finish this, and then once I'm done with it, I will give him the rubs and stuff.
The rubs and stuff.
Give him the rub.
Like he's a pretty good stress gauge of whether or not I've been working too hard. But I really want to finish this thing. So yeah, so there's Black Panther, and behind him's gonna be Luke Cage, but they're overlapped because I haven't filled that in yet. So there's just Black Panther. So I'm gonna take a 3-minute break. Drastic, you know what to do. Whimsy, since you're in the chat, you also know what to do. So let me put up the break screen. Whew.
These are the breaks.
And let me put on the alarm so that way. So Drastic, distract the chat.
Drastic Man says, look over there. That's the brakes. That's the brakes. And if you did not, then I don't care. That's the brakes. That's the brakes.
I love it.
Ah, crap, his head's too big.
Curtis blows, my dude, man.
Alright, kitty.
He's
You
all
wanna
the
play?
brakes.
We're gonna get some
Break it
rubs
up,
in.
break it up. Oh, you hateful sons of...
Oh, now he doesn't want my attention anymore.
Oh, would you look at that?
I just discovered that each individual object has its own undo history.
That's fascinating and sounds very computer intensive.
It's dope.
Meanwhile, Whimsy is having fun directing the chat. Anyway, I gotta get a drink, so I'll be right back, everybody. Whimsy, keep doing what you're doing.
Where's everyone? That moment when you're playing Mystery Heroes and you have 3 Widowmakers on your team, so no one's going to the point. Everybody is sniping. Jesus Christ. I am a lonely diva versus 3 divas.
You are a diva.
I'm the most diva that ever was, child.
Diva.
Divas make this noise. Oh.
Dang, Whimsy's getting super creative in the chat.
I got an... Is she? What is she doing?
Spelling out "look that way."
Nope.
Oh boy.
crap is Polly?
Who the heck
Well,
is
it's in
Polly
display now.
Pocket? That was a decisive loss. Hooray!
Alright, let's reset that. Go back to artist. So previously on the skip stream, or rather, meanwhile, on the script stream.
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom.
Last time on X-Men.
Yes. So we've got Luke Cage, and we've got Black Panther. Because like as I was mentioning to Drastic, and admittedly Drastic has a point when he says I may be reading into this a little bit too much. I noticed that there's a lot of emphasis placed on both Luke Cage and Black Panther being bulletproof. Like it feels very like we agree that like it's very intentional in Luke Cage, maybe not as much intentional in Black Panther. But I don't know. It's like especially with all the other like behind the scenes stuff going on in Black Panther. Let me flip this real quickly just to check something. Modify, transform, flip horizontal. Yeah, I don't want you angling that far forward.
What behind the scenes stuff?
So like one of the things that Ryan Coogler pointed out is that when they're in the casino area, like Nakia, Lupita Nyong'o's character is dressed in green, Denai Guerrera is dressed in red, and Chadwick Boseman is obviously dressed in black. Now with Denai Guerrera and Chadwick Boseman, you can chalk that up to, well, she's part of the Dora Milaje, and he's the Black Panther. What else is he going to dress like? But he also mentioned that their colors make up the Pan-African flag. Like, that's intentional on their part.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole color of her tribe, the River Tribe.
Mm-hmm. Similarly, there's also the whole idea of, like, oh, hey, the Wakandan language is I don't know how to say it's not Xhosa. I don't know how to say it. So I'm not going to try and say it. I just did try to say it, but you know what I meant. And how all the different...
The most common South African area, not South Africa, but Southern Africa area tongue.
Yeah. And all those little still details. So, I don't know. I find it fascinating that, like, Black Panther has, like, between Black Panther and Civil War, like, has two different scenes dedicated to, well, why are you trying to shoot him? He's bulletproof. And
in my opinion, if you don't mind me stepping in here, put on my professor hat. That thing is very important for both series, Luke Cage and Black Panther, but for two different reasons. Luke Cage being that, like, his bulletproofness kind of represents like the one thing you're afraid of trying to change your neighborhood, which is gunfire. Mm-hmm. So you can suspend your disbelief that he can do something about his neighborhood because he's bulletproof.
Mm.
But for Black Panther, it's more your technology is nowhere near close to his technology. You gotta have vibranium to fight vibranium. It's like his whole country is like a giant Hattori Hanzo sword.
I don't know what I'm saying. The scene had almost an Iron Man-esque vibe to his bulletproofness. That just like, my tech is superior. What the heck are you doing?
Yeah, I mean,
okay, next time you let him go, you have to let him go, okay? Okay. She let the cat get away from him, and I haven't forgiven him yet, so she can have him back for like a few more minutes.
Forgiven him for what?
Interrupting me. I was almost done. All he had to do was wait a minute.
So I was telling KV, I think my next sculpt might be
Black Panther?
Megatron.
That works too.
Beast Wars.
Yes.
Whimsy says nice. Thanks, Whimsy.
I saw it, what I assumed was a 3D sculpt of Black Panther, and it scared the crap out of me. How much detail it had in it.
What are you referring to?
I think it was a picture of T'Chaka's gold Black Panther suit, and it was so high def that like every like 2 square inches was like a billion different intricate designs. I can see if I can find it and put it in the Discord.
Cool. What weirded me about T'Chaka was that the young version of him looked more like Chadwick Boseman than the older version. Like not like the older version didn't look like Chadwick Boseman, but I'm saying like they looked like they could be stunt doubles of each other, which I mean is sort of the point. But it's fascinating to me because like young T'Chaka is actually played by the son of old T'Chaka.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
Oddly
know
enough,
what. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say oddly enough, both Forrest Whitaker's character and the guy to play a younger him have the last name Whitaker, but they're completely unrelated.
Yeah.
See, I was like, are they related or not?
I Wikipedia that. Like, wait a minute.
Denzel Whitaker and Forrest Whitaker. Wait.
I was like, oh, he's got to be related to him. Like, no, what?
What do you mean? Because he does look like a young Forrest Whitaker.
They're not related, but he has played Forrest Whitaker's son in another movie.
What?
Yeah, it's weird.
I also find it weird that Michael B. Jordan is the son of Michael A. Jordan.
Yeah, that was also I heard that today too. That's also weird.
It's like, but no relation to Michael Jordan. Like that movie is weird.
What movie?
Black Panther and like how all the relationships work out. Like, so like Atwandi Kani is the son of John Kani, who plays T'Chaka, and they both play the different ages of T'Chaka. Denzel Whitaker plays young Zuri, where Forrest Whitaker plays old Zuri, but they're not related at all. And of course, Michael B. Jordan is the son of a Michael A. Jordan, but neither of which is related to Michael Jordan.
That's weird.
Yeah. I also love how like this movie has renewed calls for Angela Bassett to play Storm, and I'm like, well, not to play Storm, but everybody's like, she should have been Storm.
See what could have been.
Which one's Angela Bassett?
Ramonda, the mom.
Oh,
Which one's Angela Bassett?
It would have been me.
Like, also if you
Vampire? No, that's not it. Right?
if you're
Did you
unfortunate,
watch the Tina Turner movie?
You don't even know what it's called.
I don't. That's fair.
but if you're unfortunate enough to catch, if you're unfortunate enough to catch Green Lantern, she was Amanda Waller in that.
She was Amanda Waller in that movie.
She's basically Amanda Waller in the new Mission Impossible movie.
Yep. I don't know. I feel like she dodged a bullet on playing Storm though, mostly because I feel like as a character, like most writers have the premise of Storm, but not really any idea of where to take that story beyond. She's an X-Man and she believes in Charles Xavier's dream.
You guys know the real reason why they didn't hire her, right?
Because of that magnificent accent Halle Berry did in the movie.
No.
Sounded like that Miss Cleo from the old commercials.
A frog got struck by lightning.
Oh, say again?
You didn't know what happened to a frog. That's why.
That line was
That's why she
the
didn't know that.
worst.
I hate that line more with a severe passion.
I hated the line. I hated her, Miss Cleo, calling me now for your free reading accent. And they eventually just said, screw it, just talk. Just use your regular voice.
I don't know. I like that. I like that quote more than the idea of a kid from a sand planet hating sand because it's so coarse and it gets everywhere.
I mean,
the grass is
really,
always...
it's the freaking prequels, man.
I'm
Yeah.
still laughing at that Natalie Portman rap.
That was pretty good.
Gosh.
Have you guys seen the second Natalie Portman rap?
Nah.
She holds a gun to someone's head and tells them to say something nice about the prequels. Well,
Dude, that sword fight. That sword fight in episode
$1.
1. I don't care what Red Letter Media has to say about it. That sword fight in episode 1 was amazing.
Yep. Darth Maul should never have died.
Ray
Boy,
Park
this
needs a starring role where he can.
Technically, it didn't, but
Ray Park needs a starring role where he is like an actual character. Cause he's always like really good in a movie where he has no right to be that good, and then his character dies, and you're like, but Ray Park is awesome.
yeah.
It's got to have a direct-to-DVD or USA action flick somewhere.
Cause like he was Toad in X-Men, I'm like, and I was like,
Go ahead. I wasn't seeing anything for it. Go ahead.
I was like, he's Toad in X-Men, and I swear, Toad has never been cooler, before or after that movie.
I would agree with that.
And then he was Darth Maul, and like Darth Maul only survived because Ray Park played him so well. Like you can fight me on that one.
Yeah, that last fight's pretty amazing.
Also, Keira Knightley.
Yeah.
Also,
pretty good Natalie Portman.
also Liam Neeson trying his best to salvage that movie.
Yep.
Also, Ewan McGregor.
I love Ewan.
Like he was good in those movies. Like, I mean, I don't know. I think that speaks to George Lucas's inability as a director more so than it speaks to the quality of those movies, because like, and I can't say this about everybody, but like the people who I cared about in that movie, like Ewan McGregor went on to be awesome. Natalie Portman was awesome beforehand, and then Liam Neeson was always awesome. Like, did Liam Neeson have an action career before that movie?
I think he was in a couple action movies, but
Because I don't.
wasn't like it is now.
And I don't know. I think
I
part
don't know anything.
because I know he was in Schindler's List before that.
Well, that's an action movie, right?
Ooh, wrong button. So yeah, like, I forgot where I was going with that. But yeah, there was good things about the prequels. Also,
So,
go ahead.
I can't remember who I was talking to, but I was talking to someone, and one of the reasons. Oh yeah, I was talking to someone at work. Apparently, the reason why there's good actors in Star Wars who are acting terribly is because George Lucas would basically give them how to read the line. He's like, no, I want you to say it this way. And George Lucas isn't an actor.
Yeah.
So that's why everything came off as flat and terrible.
Well, and it's funny because like even Harrison Ford knew this. Like the "I love you, I know" was improv and all that jazz.
Yeah.
While he was sleeping with Carrie, so she knew.
I'm dropping this image in art discussion.
Also, I love how she had like Carrie Fisher had no chill about revealing that. It was just like, what? Yeah, what? What are you gonna do about it? Who cares? I slept with Harrison Ford. You would too if you could.
I mean, that's basically how Carrie Fisher was.
Mm-hmm.
About everything. She's like, screw you.
And I don't even know if I should color this. I don't really want to color this.
I think you can get away with leaving it the way it is.
Why is this happening?
It's because I'm thinking about it, like, what would I do? Like, if I was going to print this, what else do I need to do to print this? But, which is funny because, like, I'm not going to make any fan art prints. So I don't really need to think about that, but I just want to. Because I'm a dummy.
Don't be so dumb, dummy.
You big dummy.
And then...
So I finished SteamWorld Dig in a day,
Nice.
and that's because I loved it so much.
Meanwhile, I gotta go remind Gabe to join our Discord and join the Discord chat so that, cause... where is he? He's in now streaming. Gabe's. Join the voice chat. We are all here.
Hello, Butter69. Welcome to the chat. This is the song King Gordy Eshin. Alright. Play some song requests here.
Nice. Let's deselect all those.
Back to the funky future.
Deselect all that.
I'm gonna need to pop in and make a song request.
Do it, man.
I will after I'm done catching this. Actually, we're doing pretty good. We might win.
That you
Hell
should
yeah,
probably.
Billy Joel. That's a different song request. I'm down.
Yeah.
He's trying to eat their microphone.
I think. Oh no, I think that's you, Fry, because of how close you are to your mic.
What was I doing?
Like we can kind of hear you breathing.
If only the power of the dark side.
All right, let's put in a.
Know the power of the Lucio side.
Hello, the little anxiety. Thanks for adding song requests.
No,
and
no.
welcome to the stream.
Crud.
Why
All right,
is it
let's make
giving
that
me
white. Let's change the color to 1. Cancel. Break that apart. And make that center.
Hello, silly Bubby. Welcome to the stream, and thanks for the song request. Owl Cities. I like them.
Cool. All right. I think we're gonna call it on Luke Cage and Black Panther.
Granted, I only know them from the Wreck-It Ralph soundtrack, but
So there we go. Luke Cage and Black Panther. Boom.
Hey, as hilarious as the song is, I don't think you want the song before mine on the list. Ow.
it says T Grizzly first day out of the closet.
Oh,
Let's finish up this Crimson Fly and then we're gonna call it a night.
What's T Grizzly?
I do not know. But the closet also refers to possibly the first time they have left the prison cell. And they are rapping in great detail about their time there.
I gotta say, Fry Guy, that sculpt is looking really good so far.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm trying to body.
Also, loving the Hyrule and blue hoodie thing.
The what?
Said the Hyrule and blue hoodie combo. Right, Hyrule hat and blue combo. Thingy thing.
You just called me. Someone just called me. I'll be right back.
So, Doombot, what are you up to tonight?
Silly Bubby, is it a rapper though? Is it? What was that, Skip?
So, what are you up to right now?
Making some Black Panther 3D models to be printed.
Oh, nice.
Just like a necklace kind of combo.
Oh, I thought you were gonna like make a little minifigure or something.
No, I'm not ready. Not ready for that amount of detail without some type of texture map for it.
Mm. Oy, oy.
Pinky, wait.
So I thought today was like a holiday for everybody, but because I have the day off anyway. I'm like, right, today's just a normal day. And I was like,
that is one of the main things I hate about being an adjunct. Is holidays on days when I'm not working anyway.
it's always funny because the students will be like, "So, Professor Bird, do we get out on that day?" I'm like, "I don't work that day anyway, so I don't care." Or alternately, yes, I know that for a fact because I know that's a day that I'm not getting paid. So thank you for that. Oof. Ow, my spine.
Are y'all hearing that?
Yeah, it's Fry speakers.
Yeah, it's one of the people.
It's funny to me. I don't know. It's no, just being able to hear that is funny to me.
Hey. Hey. Oh.
grab that. Show card Gothic. Also in black. Copy. Okay, yes, no, not caps locks on the table, on the labels, because that's kind of dumb. Bubble.
You get an export. You get an export. Everybody gets an export.
Mm-hmm. Break that apart. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. Delete that, delete that, delete that. Delete that point. Delete that. And then one more panel and we're going to call it a night.
Woohoo!
Yep.
I
Yep.
said I probably need to start the stream I had intended to do today.
Lol. I just said lol, and I feel dumb.
That was bad, and you should feel bad.
Well, no, because it really, you really should. You really, I don't know. I feel like those like internet like colloquials. You really shouldn't say them out loud if you don't have a reason to. Like laugh out loud. That's not like I can just actually giggle. Like I don't need to actually say LOL or lol. So if I ever catch myself saying that, I'm like, why?
I think the exception is that if you are trolling someone in a video game, you can say lol.
Well, yes. But beyond that, yeah, you shouldn't ever be saying that out loud.
Yeah. Concurred.
Get away from me!
Yeah.
Okay, now I remember what I was doing. It took a while. Sketchfab, that's what I need.
Donald Trump falsely denies that he denied Russian meddling. What?
Yeah, he's been backtracking a lot.
He denied it, he denied.
Induction.
It's like, it's not even that he said it that boggles my mind. It's just the how circuitous that has to be. It's like he denied that he denied that he denied the denials. It's like denialception. Wham.
I thought you said you hated when people do that.
What the?
Adception on the things that doesn't belong.
Well, this is like this is using a meme to sort of explain my point. Inception is the one that I don't like is when somebody says, "Oh, I'm going to try and incept an idea into you," like turning inception into a verb. That's where I'm like, yeah, stop.
I mean, also, if someone says they're trying to incept you, they have literally failed. That's defeats the purpose of inception. Is you knowing that they were the cause of your thought.
But like making reference to the idea of like of the meme of like multiple layers within an idea. That I'm like, okay, that's funny. I mean, language is always evolving, so turning inception into a verb might happen inevitably in the future anyway. See the destruction of the usage of the word literally. But until then, I can be as angry as I want about it.
You can be as angry as you want to about anything. It's your right as an American citizen. Everybody's on their bike about something somebody does that's less than intelligent. Go to sleep. Realized that I've lost an embarrassing amount of games in a row.
Aren't your teammates usually to blame for that?
I can't be completely to blame. They're like key moments in a match where you're like, okay, that lost the match for us. And I usually just try not to be responsible for those moments. Made bonehead moves on occasion. Once didn't cap the point because I was flying around and my feet weren't on the ground.
Oy, oy, oy.
Where are you people? Oh my gosh.
What do you mean by you people?
Where are you? Where are you nerds?
Like, it's always funny because like I'll walk into a classroom with them and I'll refer to the students as you people, and some smart butt will go, "What do you mean you people?" I'm like, "You students."
I mean, you simple sons of suckers sitting right in front of you. That's what I mean.
It's like, I know you
We
think
had that problem in middle school with our teacher calling us gang.
you do what?
In middle school, and I was at a predominantly white middle school. They had a problem with him calling us gang. They'd be like, "All right, gang, listen up." And then some girl would always be like, "Are we a gang now? Are we a gang now?"
Calm down, Cindy.
Ooh, Cindy's a new one. It's usually always Chad or Becky, which makes me feel bad for the one Chad I actually know who is like super progressive.
Yeah.
It's like, calm down, Chad. I'm angry about the thing that you're angry about. Oh, I'm sorry, Chad.
Cindy just,
they call you Becky,
just,
you happen to have good hair.
Cindy just sounded like someone in the yearbook least likely to be invited to the cookout.
I don't know, I just have never heard Cindy before, which is weird because it feels like such a name that people would use. Like, it's either just Becky, Chad, Mike, Debbie, which actually, no, I guess it's not the same as Rebecca, but still. Like, I don't know, I'm gonna use Cindy from now on.
Cindy Lou Who.
I feel like if I were to start doing that, I would call people She-Ra.
What?
Alright, calm down, She-Ra.
Easy, calm down there at the Princess Power. But you calm down.
There's always the classic, "Well, excuse me, princess."
Oh, God.
It's funny because, like,
Nintendo Power Hour.
Like I remember when the announcement came out, and we were talking. I think we were either talking on this stream or we were talking on some other stream, or somewhere where somebody was like, "Oh man!" And then watch, you're gonna put the minions in the Mario movie, and I'm like, Mario already has its own minions. They're called Toad.
Oh, Goombas.
Oh God. Well, I guess he
The
could.
Goombas are gonna speak. It's gonna be scary. Nary a nerd will sleep for the foreseeable future when the Goombas speak.
Yeah, like I don't know. I don't see.
They're gonna say Goomba, Goomba, Goomba like the Pokemon.
Like I don't. I can't see Illumination Pictures doing a good Mario Brothers movie.
Ow.
All they have to do is not world build, not try to explain why there's a mushroom kingdom, or why Mario is significantly smaller than any other human other than his brother.
Finally gonna see what Princess Daisy got up to in the war or whatever, however that.
Oh, you know she's not going to exist for that movie.
The audacity that ending, like, oh, we're definitely getting a sequel.
But I mean, yeah, you're right. They don't have to world build, but they're gonna. And like Nintendo's saying, "Oh yeah, we've got our boots to their necks. So if they screw up, we'll know." I'm like, you guys don't make movies for a reason. Also, can you say Ogtar? Because I can, and I don't ever want to ever again.
Let's go.
It's like Dinosaur Island. It's a land of actual cave people. No. And Yoshi is... Okay, yes, Yoshi's a dinosaur. But Yoshi's also not a dinosaur. You didn't need cavemen.
I'm getting my behind beat. I just want to get these arcade mode loot boxes and stop playing.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know it did that now. God, if I didn't have to set up for tomorrow's YouTube post to go up, I would just go to bed and pass out tomorrow. I mean, tonight. And red.
Hello?
Hey, Fry.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Still eating my microphone.
Ooh.
Not yet. Although your music was pretty awesome, though.
Oh, you heard it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all good.
That said, I probably shouldn't have played that song that was playing. But it was good. It was all good. Yeah,
What song?
nah, that's over.
Angry gorilla.
So, how was the phone call?
It was just a reminder about a doctor's appointment.
Ooh, those are important.
I officially have a California driver's license.
Woo!
I wish they all could be California driver license.
Wish they all be California license.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
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 What song is it? Someone's screwing with me. Fireflies. Well, time to delete this song.
Yeah, there was trouble.
Somebody put something inappropriate on the jams list.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tends to happen.
Hell yeah, Journey.
Quick question. Does anyone hear an echo?
Yes.
I do, yes.
So do you hear an echo from me?
No.
In that case, well, I remember. I remember the word.
That.
Awesome.
Divine a time. Where will find you? Ever hurts you?
Mother.
Get in. Confusion and pain. Pain.
Alright, let's bring that up here. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. Okay, that was weird. It's still weird.
What?
I'm hearing. Alright, but anyway, in any case, that's it for tonight's skip stream, and that echo is starting to weird me out just a lot. Whew. Oh, I think I got a guide there.
Who's echoing?
No idea. I was echoing, and I could hear it through Drastics. You're not echoing, but I also don't know if KV is. KV, you were echoing too.
Yeah, I was for a bit.
And now you're echoing again. But in any case, that's going to be it for tonight's skip stream, and this is going to keep being weird. But I'm going to power through it anyway. So, yeah, I would like to thank Drastic Action X, Doombot KV, Fry Guy 86, and let's go to the stream thing and see who's still here. So there's only 3 people watching, so I'm guessing it's just you guys. Fine. Yep. Doombot, Whimsykaya, thank you for modding, and Thronezilla, thank you for popping by. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope you enjoyed the Luke Cage Black Panther team up. Next stream will be Wednesday, February 21st. I forget if it's going to be an afternoon or an evening stream because I'm not sure if I'm going to be going to Drink and Draw. I might do Drink and Draw on Wednesday. Probably not likely because I'm still stupid behind on my buffer. But that's that. If you want to check out tonight's comic, you're going to have to wait a bit. It's not going to be out until like a few months from now. Also, if you want to see tomorrow the picture I drew, you can check me out on Instagram at instagram.com/SkipperWing. Anyway, thank you. I'm going to quote drastic on this. Skip's got a dip, and I'll catch you all on the flip. Later.
Deuces wild.
Bye.